Most believers think they know all that there is to know about this group of people. But I want to show you something that's hidden in the Bible. Something that most Christians have never even noticed. A group of people who are set apart to God alone, who may seem mysteriously vague in Scripture. And they're called the 144,000. And their story is not just about numbers. It's about purity, loyalty, and a role in God's cosmic end-time plan that could change the way that you see your own life. By the end of this video, you'll know 8 things about the 144,000 that most don't. And you'll begin to see how their identity connects with your own. Number 1, the 144,000 are God's end-time army. Before we talk about their purity or their sealing, we have to understand their purpose. The 144,000 aren't just a symbolic statistic. They represent God's end-time army, an army of holiness, not violence. Worshippers who fight with obedience instead of swords. Several Bible scholars point out that John draws this imagery directly from Old Testament war scenes, especially the censuses in Numbers that prepared Israel for battle. In Revelation 7, the 144,000 are numbered and sealed, just like Israel's warriors before entering the Promised Land. But here, the warfare is spiritual, and the enemy is no longer flesh and blood. This is the Lamb's army, a refined, redeemed Israel, whose weapons are loyalty and whose strength is faithfulness. One scholar calls it a holy war motif, transformed by the Lamb. Where ancient armies conquered through death, the 144,000 conquer through witness, through the same sacrificial love that triumphed at the cross. Their warfare is worship, and their victory is endurance. So when Revelation describes this numbered multitude, it's not about exclusivity, it's about formation. God raising up a faithful remnant, a priestly army that reflects heaven's order on earth. This is heaven's regiment that's trained in consecration and sealed for the final conflict. 2, their tribal listing is theologically selective. Next, let's talk about the tribes. Let's look closely at Revelation 7, 4-8. Some of the tribes are altered, and Dan is missing. Joseph is also split into Ephraim and Manasseh, and Levi, who normally isn't counted, is included. This isn't by accident, and it's not a copying error. Scholars see this as a theological pattern. Each alteration communicates a message about faithfulness, priestly duty, and prophetic significance. God is telling us not all tribes are equal in this end-time role. Some are removed because of defection, and some are highlighted for faithfulness. This list itself is prophetic. Most Christians don't notice this, but it matters. The pattern of inclusion and omission carries hidden meanings about covenant loyalty and divine selection. Number 3, virgin language symbolizes covenant fidelity. Revelation 14:4 calls the 144,000 virgins who have not defiled themselves with women. Many read that and assume that it's about being literally virgins. But several scholars emphasize that this is covenant fidelity. Their virginity is symbolic, a representation of unbroken loyalty to God under pressure. It's a spiritual purity, a resistance to compromise. Their loyalty is absolute. And here's the tension. In a world that's filled with spiritual and sexual defilement, God is showing us what true consecration looks like. It's not just a description, it's an invitation. Number 4, they are first fruits to God. Let me correct a common misunderstanding straight away. When Revelation calls the 144,000 first fruits to God and to the Lamb, it's not primarily making a numerical claim. It's making a theological one. In Jewish ritual practices, first fruits designated the best, the dedicated portion offered to God. That language in Revelation highlights quality and consecration, not exclusive head count. Scholars read this the same way. The 144,000 function as a symbolic, representative remnant. They embody the holiness, loyalty, and priestly character that God intends for all his people. In other words, they're an anticipatory image of what the whole redeemed community is called to be. The emphasis is on what they are: consecrated, set apart, more than on how many they are. The practical and prophetic point is powerful, that Revelation isn't just promoting an exclusive elite. It's holding up a blueprint for all of us. The 144,000 show that the characteristics of purity, faithfulness, and devotion to God that the broader church must embody. Their status as first fruits invites the rest of God's people to be shaped into the same consecrated reality. So they are first fruits, yes, but the term points us to identity and mission, not a narrow membership list, which is why their angel-like depiction matters so much next. And if you want to go even deeper, I've created a concise and prophetic eBook that unlocks the secrets of the 144,000 and understanding to align your life with God's end-time plan. You can find the link to get your copy in the description box below. Number 5, they play an exalted, angel-like symbolic role. Here's something extraordinary. They're depicted in angelic-like imagery, standing before God, following the Lamb, pure and blameless. They're humans, but their role mirrors angelic functions in apocalyptic literature: witnessing, proclamation, participating in divine judgment. They are elevated beyond ordinary humanity. Not angels themselves, but their mission and purity mirror the roles that the angels play in God's cosmic plan. This is a human remnant reflecting heaven's order on earth. Number 6, their sealing echoes Jewish apocalyptic text. Revelation 7:2-3 says that they are sealed on their foreheads. And this isn't random symbolism. Jewish texts like Ezekiel 9 describe faithful servants being marked before divine judgment. One scholar notes that this places the 144,000 squarely within a cosmic divine battle framework. They're protected and set apart and strategically positioned to endure and act in the spiritual war unfolding around them. It's a mark of identity, purpose, and divine selection. Number 7, they participate in the Lamb's eschatological victory. These 144,000 are not passive observers. Revelation 14:7 show them aligned with the Lamb in cosmic conflict. They're active participants in God's eschatological victory, meaning end-time victory, standing on the front lines of spiritual warfare. Their loyalty, their purity, their obedience, these are not abstract qualities. They directly impact the outcome of God's cosmic plan. And God calls them to stand, to witness, and to participate in his victory. Number 8, they symbolically replace the fallen watchers. Finally, the most astonishing truth. According to scholars, the 144,000 are portrayed as undefiled Levites, priests, standing in contrast to the fallen watchers of First Enoch, angels who lusted after human women and defiled creation. One scholar emphasizes that the 144,000 symbolically replace these corrupted angels, showing humanity's capacity for faithful consecration. Their purity corrects the chaos that was caused by the watchers, restoring divine order. They demonstrate what it means to walk blameless, loyal, and victorious before God. This is not just a biblical footnote. It's actually a prophetic blueprint. And God is showing us how a faithful remnant can restore order in a fallen world. So what does all this mean for you? The 144,000 are not just figures. They're an invitation to consecration, to courage, and to covenant faithfulness. They show us what it means to stand blameless and to align ourselves with God's cosmic plan and to participate in his victory. God is calling his people today to rise and to be first fruits in our time, to reflect his order in a world of chaos. But will you listen to God's call? Will you step into consecration and stand in loyalty to Jesus? And don't forget to grab your prophetic ebook, revealing the hidden truths of the 144,000 and the insights that you need to align with God's end time plan. The link is in the description below. Watch this video next, and I'll see you there.